Hey folks, today we're having a look at a product that can greatly improve your desk setup, and that's Ergotron's newest monitor arm, the Trace. This monitor arm has been reimagined to help with ease of movements, collaboration, and ergonomics in mind, and with a completely new look too. So let's have a look. In the box, you get all the parts, tools, and hardware needed to install the arm and to attach a monitor to it. There are multiple ways to mount this arm: through the desk, screwing from the top for tight spaces, or with a regular clamp, and I went with the latter. Then the actual arm is added and secured with 4 screws. Next step is the cable management track, which can be attached on one side or the other, and then also the little clamp at the base to lock in cables. Now to mounting the monitor, there's another section with a quick release system that needs to be attached to the arm with 4 screws. And as for the plate that attaches to the monitor, the VESA mount on my monitor was a bit recessed, but a VESA spacer was included alongside longer VESA screws, so I used that to install the plate, and after that, it was just a matter of locking the monitor into place. Final step is cable management. So I started connecting the cables to my monitor, and I do have a few. You can then use the plastic covers to route cables alongside the arms, and finally route them in the cable management track. Here, there are also plastic covers to hold cables in place, and with this system, cables do not show under the monitor, but they don't prevent movements either. So this monitor arm is offered in black or white, and it can come in a single or dual monitor configuration, and as you can see, here with me is the single monitor variant in white. Its weight capacity range is 6.5 to 21.5 pounds for a single monitor setup, and the limit is the same for a dual monitor setup, meaning each monitor must weigh no more than 10.7 pounds. If we take a closer look, you might think this monitor arm is a bit unusual, and that would be correct, as Ergotron went back to the draft table with this one. And while it looks very different than your typical height-adjustable gas monitor arm, it has the same advantages, plus other interesting features. One of them being that it can move in straight lines, both vertically and horizontally. In comparison, traditional monitor arms usually have to be guided as you move the monitor, and adjusting the height also affects lateral movements. So for height adjustment, it is assisted, which means there is a counterbalance system to help move the monitor up and down with ease. The mechanism works with wheels that roll on both sides of the main shaft, and there is a spring-loaded mechanism in there to help. It is very smooth and easy to operate, and it can go up to 11 inches high, which was too high for me at 5'11", so I think it will accommodate most people. The counterbalance is adjustable, and you can do so by removing the cover on the main shaft, where you'll find an Allen key. What's cool about this arm is that it has a tension meter at the front, so instead of figuring out by trial and error if you reach the minimum or max setting, you can simply look and adjust based on the weight of your monitor and the weight range. Now, in terms of lateral movements, this is a pretty interesting implementation. So both arms move together to ease movements, and they also ensure a more stable utilization. Since both lateral and vertical movements can be made in straight lines, you can just move the monitor where you want it to be without caring about movement restrictions from the arm itself. It won't hit the wall behind either when you do so, and you can easily go back to the home position given how the arms work. It doesn't prevent turning the monitor sideways either, as you can set it to face one side of the desk or the other with ease. Now, the base is a lot smaller than traditional arms, but it's still solid. Like all heavy-duty arms, you shouldn't install it on a flimsy tabletop. My desktop is solid MDF, so that wasn't an issue, but a cheap IKEA top might not be enough. I do appreciate how small its footprint is though, and it's easy to keep my desk clean around it. Finally, the tilt is also adjustable with the same Allen key in case your monitor is heavier, but for my usage, it was pretty much perfect out of the box. So now, who's this arm for? Because it is more expensive than the LX line. I think this monitor arm is for people who like to move their monitors throughout the day. As an example, I can see it being really useful with standing desks, where your monitor placement while sitting might differ from when standing. Another example I have in mind is a shared desk, where different users might want to adjust the monitor to their preference while still making it easy for the next person to set it back to their best position. Finally, it would be great for collaboration, where you can show what's on your screen to someone that's not dead center in front of your desk. The thing with gas arms is that if you adjust one direction, it usually ends up affecting others, and that adds friction to the habit of adjusting the monitor regularly depending on the activity. With this one, if I feel like it's a bit too high, I just move it down a bit and everything else stays still. The only thing I would critique personally is the cable management system. I think it makes sense if you have like 2 or 3 cables for power and let's say a USB-C cable for your laptop. It's pretty cool that it locks cables in place too, but for people like me that have 5+ cables going to their monitor, that's a bit cramped, and it results in a lot of cables that are visible on my desk. So it's great for simpler setups, like let's say in a workspace environment, but for tech-heavy setups or monitors where multiple computers are connected to it, it might be a bit much. In conclusion, I think this is a niche product. Many people will be pleased with a conventional monitor arm, but I can clearly see the advantages too, and I've been liking the freedom of movement I've been getting with this arm. If you're interested, I'll have a link down below for you to check it out. As always, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, make sure you leave a like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, as I'll see you in the next video.